is Amy Magyar, and I am the owner and a coach at FromWithin Coaching. And today I have the chance to just connect a little bit as we're all working from home with our coach, Alex Hughes. Hi, Alex.
Hi, Amy. Good morning.
It feels like I'm on a game show. Hey, Alex. Alex, I have heard you. I think I know this story, but I'd love for you to share a little bit about how coaching found you as a career. Oftentimes, people will talk about how they found coaching, and I really actually think it's quite the opposite. I think oftentimes it finds us and sort of pulls us in, or we run away from it, whatever, no judgment either way. But I'm really curious for you, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about your experience in coaching finding you as a career.
Yeah, you're part of this story. I mean, you're the main character in this story. So yeah, coaching really did find me. And when coaching found me, I didn't know that coaching was a thing. So I want to say we must have first met in 2016, maybe late 2015. And we met at a place where I was working, and you had watched me interact with people, I guess, unbeknownst to me. I had eyeballs on me, and you approached me one day. I think you actually sent me a message on Facebook, and you said, "Hey, Alex, just curious, are you looking for any part-time work right now? I'd love to buy you coffee. Here's the situation. I'm growing this business, and it's at a point where I need someone to help me out." And so you and I got coffee at Speeder and Earl's on Pine Street.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah, we sat in a little gallery next door, and you sat me down, and I think the first thing you said to me was, "What do you know about coaching?" And I think I was just blatantly honest with you, and I said, not a thing, nothing. So you talked to me a little bit about what you do, and you then again went on to explain, like, my business is getting bigger and bigger, the client load is starting to become too much for me to manage, and I need someone to help me answer emails and process payments, and I just need an extra set of hands in the business. And so I think that was May probably of 2016. That was 4 years ago.
Wow.
On our 4-year
Wow.
And so you had me shadow you for a while in your office, and I got to watch you coach people, and was of course getting into the email stuff and the payment processing stuff and helping people set up appointments with you. And after a couple of months of that, I think you and I were having like a weekly debriefing meeting, and for me it was out of nowhere. You said, "Alex, I've got to tell you, I didn't bring you into this business so that you would just be my client coordinator. Do you know that?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And you're like, "So you didn't realize that I don't want you to just be a client coordinator?" I was like, "No, what are you talking about?" And you at that point said to me, "Would you ever have any interest in coaching? What, like, now that you've been around it, what do you think about it?" And of course I had been thinking the whole time, like, this is amazing. Like, she's so good at what she does. It's so incredible to watch these people have these aha moments in your office with you, and all from you asking incredible questions and getting people to think a little bit bigger for themselves. And so I said, "Well, yeah, I mean, it's incredible. You're so good at it. Like, of course I love coaching." And you're like, "No, Alex, would you ever want to be a coach?" And so I don't think you even let me answer that day. I think you said, "Go home. I'll see you tomorrow. Just think about it." Like, such a typical Amy thing to do, like plant the seed and walk away and give this like huge idea. And so I was left thinking about that, and I I came back to you the next day or whenever it was, and was like, yeah, I I'm a really good listener. I am a super curious person.
Yeah.
I am naturally an observer, always have been, and I motivating was part of my job before I met you, and I just started to like put the pieces together, and it's like, huh, well, it's not a lot about me that isn't a coach, I don't think. So, uh, again, I started to, I think, shadow you a little bit more aggressively after that. Thank you again for letting me do that. And eventually, I think that same summer, even like
Yeah.
August 2016, September 2016, something in there, started to work with, was it that soon?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Well, let me pause you for a second. I think
Yeah.
what's so fun about this is that one of the reasons, I mean, I one of the reasons for me to ask you that question was because you had just been gently coaching me as we started working together in terms of your curiosity, in terms of asking really interesting questions of me, and it made me think like it would make me pause for a second and be like, oh, I wonder why I'm doing that way, or I wonder if there's a better way of doing this, or whatever it was. And it was just sort of like, for me, my own epiphany, because you're right, when I had watched you not only in customer service but also in terms of inspiring a room in the prior
Mhm.
work that you did, um, was I absolutely saw that. But then being in your presence and almost like being unofficially coached by you, but absolutely coached by you. And it was so lovely and natural. And I had so many aha moments with you. I was like,
Mm.
oh, she has to be she is a coach, right? There isn't a it isn't about becoming. It's something that you've always done. You just didn't
Mhm.
realize it, I think. And
Yeah.
so then part of it's about that, and then how do you make that a career and sort of all of that, but just that natural side of it. And then we did your strengths, right? We went through
Yeah,
strength, Clifton strengths.
we did. And, before we get into strengths, it's interesting that you say, like, it's not about becoming a coach. Because my whole life, I've been the one that people just seem to tell their problems to, not even problems, but I just feel like I am someone who people love to tell me about
Yeah.
themselves. And, I think part of that is just uh, the asking of the questions, and again, being a good listener. I think a lot of the time well, I think I'm digging myself into a hole right now.
Sorry, pull back. It's all good. I
How about those strengths? Let's get into strengths.
Well, we can talk. Do me a favor. For sort of our studio audience, which is not really our studio, but for the virtual audience, we'll talk
Right.
about strengths. We'll do it. We'll do a chat on that later. But will you run through your Clifton Strengths assessment? Because what I want to do is sort of show, like, ta-da! Yeah, you literally have coaching in your DNA in terms of your strengths. So can you run us through your strengths?
Yeah. So first of all, do you want me to go through each of my?
Just rattle off what your strengths are.
Oh, okay. So my number one strength is maximizer.
How would you describe that, just really quickly?
Taking something good and making it the very best that it can possibly be.
Love it. I love
Mm.
it. What's your second?
Second one is individualization, which, well, it's interesting. So before I say that it's individualization, I've taken the Strengths Finder assessment twice. I took it a year apart. And the first time I took it, my second strength was individualization. And then the second time I took the assessment, my number two strength was activator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go off of list one
Yeah,
for now.
yeah.
So individualization is seeing the uniqueness in each person, even in each situation or each group of people, and kind of being able to pick out each person's yeah, being able to pick out each person's uniqueness.
Yeah. So,
Mm.
hi. First and second, maximizer and individualist. I mean, that is with those two, you're going to be a powerful coach, right? And just in terms of helping people move forward, helping them see what's possible, treating them as an individual, not as, oh, I've had a client like this before. I've done this before with them.
Yeah.
Will you do your other three for me and just read them off for me?
Uh-huh. Command, strategic, and ideation.
Yeah. So, so much of those are then helping to generate ideas and helping to put things into action, being able to sort of take control, but also help people take control as well. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, again, this is why it's so funny. It's like, this is who you've always been.
right.
And so coaching kind of found you to, to sort of spark those strengths into, a career. And it's so interesting. Chicken and egg, which comes first? Don't
Right.
know. But I am so grateful that coaching found you. I am so grateful that our small little city brought us together because watching you coach is inspiring. The work that you do, I just want to encourage you to keep doing it and keep believing. You believe in your clients, and it's not just about believing in your clients, but believing in that you can make a difference. And I think that's something I think that every human being struggles with in some ways. How do I make a difference? And I can tell you, Alex, you make an enormous difference,
Mm.
especially to me, someone that you coach every day, even though I pay you.
Mm.
It's the best kind of coaching there is. But thank you for the time today. Thank you for sharing. Such a great story. I'm so grateful.
Thanks, Amy, so
Thank
much.
you, Alex.